Happy Monday. It's January 12th, 2026, and time for your Monday Market Update. I'm Miranda Andrew.
And I'm Andrew Smart.
Thanks so much for watching. Let's take a quick look at our McHenry County numbers for the last 7 days. We had 114 new listings, 81 under contract, 46 closed sales, 30 price changes, 4 expireds, and 25 on the private network. Now, if you're only looking at these numbers, you would think, wow, we're getting a lot more inventory. There's a lot more newly listed than there were under contract. But you have to remember that our market is on a 30 or 60 day cycle. So what we're seeing right now is actually a result of what happened 30 days ago. So obviously that was in the middle of the holidays. So we aren't having a whole lot of activity right now. But we do know that we are heading into the spring market, and we anticipate that to change.
Yeah, so big news that came across today is that mortgages hit a 3-year low as Trump instructs Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy $200 billion worth of mortgage-backed bonds. This is huge. This is very, very big.
This is that quantitative easing we were talking about last week.
Yeah, I mean, this is really big for numbers, for rates, for everything. Especially it being this early on in the year. I mean, we're seeing a lot of activity in January, which we can only really guess what's going to happen the rest of the year.
We can only anticipate that this is going to be a very, very booming spring market.
A lot.
Because this quantitative easing, which again is where the federal government buys down the mortgage rates, they buy the bonds, because traditionally China is the largest buyer of the mortgage-backed securities. So this is what happened during COVID when the federal government started buying the mortgage bonds to bring those interest rates down. Now Trump has set a specific amount. So I'm assuming that is a good thing, meaning they're not just going to buy them down to whatever rate they want to have them go to.
Yeah.
But this was the wild card that we were talking about last week, where we said, all indications are that we will have a slow, steady year unless we get quantitative easing.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to get quantitative easing, which means that if interest rates continue to go down, analysts predict that 200 billion of mortgage-backed security purchases could drive a 25 to 50 basis point drop in mortgage rates. So we could see mortgage rates come down pretty significantly with this news. So therefore, we could see mortgage applications spike, and we could see a lot of home buyers re-enter the market.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the biggest thing about this for everyone is, it's just going to increase affordability. I mean, a lot of people that have been waiting to, jump into the market, but haven't been able to overcome that affordability.
The monthly payment.
I mean, it's a huge hurdle. And so now with this potential drop in interest rate, it's going to be huge for a lot of buyers.
Right. So if you're thinking about getting into the spring market and you're thinking that this might be the year, my advice to you would be sooner rather than later. Our phones have been ringing off the hook this week.
I actually just had 2 calls while we're filming. It's funny enough. Yeah.
We are getting extremely busy. We both worked all weekend long showing properties. We have a lot of buyers coming out of the woodwork. People are ready to buy. They are hungry for inventory. So if you're thinking about getting involved in the spring market, now is the spring market.
Absolutely.
So we are seeing a much earlier start. And the Bears have to have something to do with that too, don't you think?
Right.
I feel like, all the Bears fans out there are like, this is the year.
Yeah.
This is the year. So if this is your year, make sure you give us a call. Have a great rest of your Monday.